Hi Sagittarius, this is your October reading. October 2023. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, I said that a bit. Venus! Woohoo! Okay, fair enough. I think I sprayed too much dry shampoo before I started this video, so I might be a little bit. Venus! Come on! Anywho, shall we take 2 cards for your energy? Ooh. As it pertains to October, as for what you're bringing in. Okay, we start off with the Page of Pentacles. This is the Golden Wheel Tarot, so Pentacles are wheels. The rest of it's all the same. This is a slow pace. You are bringing a slow but sure ethic, okay? So this could be, it's very hot in here by the way, this could be for work. I feel like for a lot of you, you've been career building for quite a long time. It could also be about a relationship as well that's moving at a slow pace, but it's moving at a steady pace and it's moving at the right pace. It can be meeting somebody as a friend as well, and you don't really know what the possibilities of that friendship are. So it could be personal, it could be romantic, it could be platonic, it could be, just checking, just got to switch something on down there. It could be platonic, or it could be a weird mixture of all three. I know, Sagittarius, you're ruled by Jupiter, so you're not afraid to mix it up a bit. And then you get the 3 of Cups to go with it, which is a gorgeous energy for Sagittarius. It's getting out there, it's going to parties, get-togethers, being online, exchanging things with others. If you are looking for romance, you want to boost that a little bit, get your disco pants on. I would say meeting up with anyone that's to do with building, farming, foraging, the arts even, making things, creativity, joining those kind of groups would be a really good idea, and you will also make some really good friends doing that, and maybe some useful business contacts as well. Strange kind of mixture across all 3 boards there. What are we not expecting, please, that's coming in for October? Feels like I just knocked over a glass of water. Mercury's retrograde while I'm making these at the moment, and anything go. Ooh! Oh, shut up. I love that. Yes. Ooh. For what you are not expecting, Ace of Cups. I know, I mean, come on, it's not bad, is it? You don't kick this one out of bed for eating what's-its. So, the Ace of Cups is love. It's love, it's quite fresh, it can be quite new, it can be a renewal of love. It usually has some longevity though when it's an ace. I tend to think of the aces as being like at least a year, you know, like long term. It always starts with self-love, okay? Always starts with self-love. So the love that you have for yourself fills your own cup and it spills over to other people. It makes you magnetic, it makes you attractive, it gives you the feels. Could be a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that's in your life or coming into your life in October or is important in your life. Love is important, your self-love will be important. Your rituals and practices around self-love will become very important. And then we ask the question, where are you caught? Because we've got the 8 of Swords. And when you get the 8 of Swords, it's like your limitations, your mental limitations, what you feel you can deliver and what you feel you can't. It's like a mixture of the two. I'm not sure I've got this, or I've definitely got this. 8 of Swords always has a person in it with 8 swords. They kind of group behind them and they have a blindfold on and they can't see that they can move forward. So there's something here that's keeping you back from love, that's keeping you boxed in, that's keeping you a bit restricted. Very interesting. going to have a look at what this obstacle is. By the way, if this turns out to be your story, there will be an extended reading, as there is every month. In that, we take all the cards from the YouTube reading and we do a love reading, like an extra love reading. We channel messages from your person, we ask how do they feel about you, and we kind of get a bit freaky with different decks. So if it does turn out to be your reading, that will be the first link in the description box. Oh my God. So I took a card. I'm going to show you the cards actually. Okay, let's get them a bit straight. I took a card for these two. So you've got what you started with, the Page of Pentacles, you've got the Three of Cups. Then we have this, what is not expected, the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Swords. And then we have the Hanged Man. I'm clarifying it, or I'm wanting to clarify it. When you really want to clarify with the tarot, and it keeps giving you the Hanged Man, it's kind of telling you in some kind of code that the energy needs to sit there a bit more. Almost whether you like it or not. You know, the energy needs to settle. And this often happens when you're in a situation that you want things to move forward. You can feel that charge that you want things to move forward. You want things to be a certain way. Very interesting. It feels, when you get Hanged Man energy, again, it's Neptune. That's why you've got two fish in this particular one. And it's showing for, again, it could be water sign people that you're involved with. It could be that you have water sign energy in your chart. But it's also showing you that we're still in retrograde season. Now, Mercury went direct on the 15th. So that is a complete blessing. But in October, we still have many planets in retrograde, quite long-term planets in retrograde. And we do have two eclipses as well. So, particularly the first eclipse, which is on the 14th of October, and it's a new moon solar eclipse in Libra. That's when you might see something shift. But in the first 2 weeks, you may be in the energy of really wanting to see something shift, but it isn't, you know, and you're like, why isn't it shifting? And this could be around love, friendships, romantic love, one-to-one relationships, whatever it is. You're wanting this progress, but the universe wants you to see something. If you were to go full speed ahead right now, there might be a very good reason not to. And that sounds really dissatisfying because you hear it and you think there might be a good reason not to. But actually, the universe generally knows what it's doing when it dishes out the Hanged Man a lot. Okay? Let's have a peek. I'm going to take a couple of cards for career and life in general. Then I'm going to take some cards down here for your love. Whoa! 10 of Cups. This is good. Anything to do with starting your own business, where you're at in your career, it is going to flourish. This is beautiful energy. And even in your career, you may find you're held back a bit for the first couple of weeks. And you may have found that you've been held back a bit for the last few weeks or months. Don't worry about a thing, Sagittarius. You don't need to, okay? This is Mars in Pisces. Again, another Pisces reference here. But this is expansion of happiness. It's like happiness, love and satisfaction turned up to 11. We love this. Anything you set your sights at in terms of career and life is going to be good. It's going to be expansive. It's going to be satisfying. It's going to be right. Queen of Swords. Okay, good. So, Sagittarians generally have quite good boundaries. But sometimes I think boundaries can be really boring. And Sagittarians can skip them to avoid the kind of sludge that comes with having to point out to somebody who you are, why you have a boundary, and that you mustn't step over it. Queen of Swords is here to remind you that you've had some difficult readings in the past few months, and this is about the Eight of Swords as well, and that it has come to a point where people were definitely holding you back or wanting to. Maybe jealousy, maybe possessiveness, maybe you don't even know why and you don't care, but you can feel it, micromanaging, that kind of thing. And it feels like you are going to rail against that a bit, which I'm very pleased to hear with this Queen of Swords. And you do need to. Page of Wands. That's you getting your mojo back, the Page of Wands. And the Six of Cups. We're drifting into your love life at the bottom layer here. Page of Wands is you. There is a youthfulness, a constant youthfulness to Sagittarius, because you do have Jupiter. It keeps you fresh, it keeps you expansive, it keeps you on the go, it keeps your ideas wide and your social good, and just the feeling of getting out there. When it comes to your love life, I've got this Six of Cups. So we have passion, we've got excitement. It could be a fellow fire sign or somebody who is quite carefree in nature, very attractive. But we also have the Six of Cups, which is going back. It's nostalgia. It's that feeling of wanting to be home. It's like home, homing. You know, when creatures or animals, they go back to one spot, and it feels like that's what this is. This could be an ex, it could be someone from the past. I'm going to take a couple more cards and have a look. But it's a sweet energy. It's the childhood sweetheart energy. I've just got a white butterfly going past the window. Eight of Wands, the communication card is coming in. What are we communicating? Ooh, okay. If there has been an issue in the past with somebody, if there is somebody you're connected with at the moment and there was something between you that was back in the past that was happening that you could never get your head round and they could never get their head round, this is a card of revisiting that for some reason. Somebody wants to talk with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands comes out as a message card. It comes out as momentum and enthusiasm. It can be an email, a text, a face-to-face conversation. Somebody has something to say. And I like this for you a lot, actually. And then we come to the Ace of Swords. Clarity. I think that whether this is with someone you're connected with now or somebody new, there was something that you were unable to say before. Maybe it's to do with how you deal with boundaries. Maybe it's to do with how you deal with romance or people in general, or, you know, your ex or whatever it is. Somehow you and this person could not talk before. But now there's a momentum, particularly I think around the middle of the month, where you hear something, you get a message or something is proffered, and a clarity comes when there wasn't a clarity before. The Six of Cups is quite a hazy card. It's looking over, it's daydreaming, it's wishing and hoping and wanting. And then the Eight of Wands is the talking, the communicating, and the Ace of Swords is pinning this down, making it very, very clear. It can't be clearer than it is with the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Four of Swords, finding peace. How much is it winding any of you up that all my cards look wonky on the camera? That should look better now. If I make them look wonky to me, they look straight on the camera. I know. Four of Swords, peace card. Speaking gives you peace. A conversation gives you peace. You talk about something and it unravels this kind of dragon, this misunderstanding. The Four of Swords is where you find your level with something. You know where you are with it. You're like, oh, thank God for that. Oh, okay. 2 cards just... Oh, 3 cards. Okay. Let me just take myself out because then you can see properly. Yeah, there's something here about miscommunication or an argument of some sort. We have here the Three of Wands with the Three of Swords. Three of Wands is a card that's excited and passion is multiplying and you want to move forward. And it's got that very fire sign energy about it. But the Three of Swords is some sort of difficulty that you're encountering that is internal. It can also be about old betrayals, old patterns, something that you need to work out. It's almost like in the triad of the 3 that you come to a new idea or a new way of thinking about something with somebody else. You've got the Five of Wands. I think there will always be, with a certain person or with a new person, it will be a way that you have of sparring, of play fighting, of sorting things out in your own special way. But I do feel that if there has been game playing or pretending or gaslighting of some kind, that this can now become very clear in a way that it hasn't before. Let's take a couple of outcome cards. Whoa! You get, as outcome cards, the Four of Cups and the Nine of Wands. You may feel a bit defensive. And this may come around the time of the 28th of October, which is the lunar eclipse in Taurus. I mean, eclipses, especially full moon eclipses, they bring these emotional things to a head. I think you're going to have a conversation with somebody that is going to really clear the air, but is also going to be quite groundbreaking and a little bit unnerving. You may find that you need your defenses, that you need your boundaries to be in place. So I would do that beforehand, because remember this lovely Ace of Cups that we have at the top. The Ace of Cups here is telling you that self-love will become magnetic, that this will spring forth, that this will bring love from somebody else towards you as well. But if you have let that go, or if this person feels like they're quite influential or just a little bit powerful, maybe just in your mind, maybe the attraction is quite high, that they will sort of trespass a little bit and you won't be able to be your own fountain of love in the way that you need to be. Let's take Belinda Grace Love Oracle cards for lovely Sagittarius. Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Here are the love cards that you get. First off, we have emotional freedom. This is an incredibly important thing for any Sagittarius to have. It doesn't matter how well it's going, how good the compatibility is, how good you are in the bedroom. None of that matters unless you have emotional freedom. Very, very important. Your emotional freedom allows you to love yourself and have that Ace of Cups flowing. You don't want to lose your flow. You also have maturity, and this Page of Wands that's down here, very interesting, because this is somebody who, sorry about the car alarm, who may not be younger than you in years, but is certainly less mature than you are spiritually and emotionally, I think. So this is a thing in your love life, in maturity. You need to be incredibly mature. It's almost like you're leading the way. And then here we have self-respect. Self-respect is the energy of literally you respecting yourself, you loving yourself, you prioritizing yourself, putting yourself forward, being this Ace of Cups energy. It's a beautiful thing, self-respect. It's going to key into your love life. I think you have it already in your business side. So I think it's already informing your business life and making you more magnetic. But you have something you're ironing out here, maybe from the past, maybe with an ex, maybe it's like a bit of a complicated in-between relationship. And it feels like you do get down to it, but probably not until the end of the month, okay? And that Three of Swords. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the Ace of Cups. I'm going to look at your person, what's going on with them behind the scenes, see it through their eyes, and how do they feel about you, and what is your best way forward, okay? If you want that, is the first link in the description box. Otherwise, Sagittarius, this is a very interesting reading. Drop me a comment. I always read my comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. So drop me a comment about where you're at with this and what resonates with you, okay? And Sagittarius, I will see you soon. See you on the other side. Namaste.